Good evening. My name is Lafayette Tiger, and my presentation today is going to be on overbearing parents. Since the beginning of time, parenting has changed, but now it has been broken down into four different categories. You have the authoritarian, authoritative, the permissive, and the uninvolved parent. To contrary to popular belief, I firmly believe that the authoritarian, overbearing parent is detrimental to the development of their offsprings, causing psychological, emotional, and social damage. Some parents are overbearing, imposing unrealistic or unsuitable expectations on their children. Many parents are overbearing because of their own failures at life, meaning the dreams that they had, that they wished that they was an NFL player or an NBA player or a WNBA player or a scientist or an astronaut or something like that in nature. They failed at life. So now they try to live their dreams through their offsprings. But it hurts the offspring in the long run. The reason why is because if you impose all these unrealistic expectations on a person, how can they ever, one, be the only individual that they are, two, live up to those dreams that you as a parent didn't even live up to? I'm going to read off some, statistics here when it comes to like overbearing parents. You have statistics shows that 90% of children who were born in an overbearing environment as children, they felt forbidden to question or disagree with their parents. 86% thought pleasing their parents was more important than being themselves. 96% felt that it was not okay to express anger, fear, or sadness towards their parents. As an adult, the effects of the parents being overbearing causes them to be extra sensitive, feel tension when they see their parents, feel perfectionist driven, or rarely satisfied. So this right here is something it's a no-go if you are a parent. I'm speaking to you guys that are overbearing at this point. This is me directly, like correlating straight with you. It is not okay to end up doing these things, putting these expectations on these children. Because at the end of the day, they're going to end up resenting you long term. They're going to end up hating you. They're not going to want anything to deal with you. Like my wife shared a story with me that when she was growing up from adolescence all the way up to her early 20s, that she dealt with this right here. Her mother, from the wee ages of being in a beauty pageant to forcing her into cheerleading to determine what foods to eat, who to date. She even told me that her mother told her just to, date just to have fun. Like nothing, don't take nobody seriously and stuff like that nature. What men to choose, what card to end up getting. Like she had no self-control over her own life. And that is crazy because a kid needs failure. They need to get up and fall down. They need adversity in their life to end up creating the character, that they are, And by you cuddling them, end up protecting them from the world, it's not going to give them real life, real world experience. That's why they end up having social, anxiety, depression. They're scared to even fail. They don't even know what failure even looks like because one, they so professionalist, like driven that if they fail, they probably would end up getting punished, from you, in the past. So you don't set them up for success, like long term, at all. And as a person, you got to realize your shortcomings and you need to correct that. Now, the way that you end up correcting, your mistakes is one, identifying your shortcomings, right? And then when you identify your shortcomings, i.e., these are the signs and symptoms of a overbearing parent right here are not giving any self-control to your kids, micromanaging, imposing your own wants and desires over your own kid. No two-way communication at all. It's just what you go say your way or the highway. Um, Now, to correct these damages before it's too late, before your child runs off and don't never ever talk to you again when they get older, one, listening skills has to end up being there, right? Letting your kid voice their own opinions, you know, um, like letting them let them express their feelings towards you. You listening, because at the end of the day, you gotta realize there's a generational gap between you and your kid, and you have to end up bridging that gap. So that means you have to end up listening to your child and getting to know your child before it's too late, and your kid is no longer want to deal with you at all, and you realize you're old, and your kid is not around to take care of you. At the end of the day, overbearing parents is extremely detrimental to their kids, in my own opinion. I think it is the worst out of the four that I listed earlier. And I think if you sprinkle in a little mixture of the other three, if you're more leaning towards authoritarian, then that's okay, but you have to have a mixture of the other three to like balance it out so your kid won't feel overwhelmed to end up succeeding in life, or they can make their own decisions on what they want to end up being in life. My name is Lafayette Tiger, and this is my presentation on overbearing parents. Hopefully you like it. Please leave some comments down here and let me know how I did and if you agree.